Let me fix that real quick. There we go. All right, guys, what's going on? You already know it is your boy Narcolepsy Boy 94 back here again with another debate. Been a while talking about top 10 greatest Royal Rumble slash undercard matches. So we're gonna split the list. First time we ever done this, we're gonna split the list into five each category. So we're gonna do five best Royal Rumble matches, five best Royal Rumble undercard matches, and then we're gonna make it an official top 10 list. So combine it all together at the end. Each guy has one match of each that they have in their minds that they want to be on the list. So that's probably how we'll start off. We'll go around and then everybody will say their matches, and then if some people have the same match, then it's just gonna be unanimous. So it'll just be on the list. If it's not, then you got to come up with reasons why it should be on the list, why you feel like, in your opinion. So I'll let everybody introduce themselves. Kyrie can go first, and then Conrad, you can go next.
It's your boy Kyron Chase, and let's just get started.
Man, it's Conrad Cushman from Everything Pro Wrestling. Thank you for having me on here. Can't wait to talk some Royal Rumble.
So we'll just go ahead and start with let's start with the Royal Rumble matches first, and then we'll go to the undercard matches. That might be a little bit harder, the undercard. So we'll start with the regular Royal Rumble matches. Conrad, which match did you have in your mind that you wanted to be on the list? Out of what year?
How did I know you were going to pick me first? All right. There's only one Royal Rumble that can undoubtedly be on this list, and I'm not taking no for an answer on this one. We got to go back. We got to go way back to 1992 in the Knickerbocker Arena. Nature Boy Ric Flair's Royal Rumble. The 1992 Royal Rumble is stacked. It is loaded. 30 men. Now, these aren't just scrubs. We had Sergeant Slaughter, Hulk Hogan, Sid Justice, Haku, Shawn Michaels, who just turned heel. You had everybody in this. The $1 Million Man, the British Bulldog. I could keep going with all the names. I didn't even mention Macho Man, Jake the Snake, Undertaker. You know, some small dudes later on in wrestling. All in there. And the WWF title was on the line. Something that they have to borrow from now to get some guys over. Wink face. But, dude, an amazing Royal Rumble. I think it's still the best Royal Rumble match I've seen to date. And Heenan and Monsoon on commentary, perfect.
Yes. I mean, I can't debate that. I wasn't even going to try. See, I knew 92 was going to come up. That's why I didn't want to bring it up. I literally just watched a review on that Royal Rumble just 2 days ago. I mean, what more can be said about it? The star power, for being for the title, Ric Flair's legendary performance, Bobby Heenan going crazy on commentary. Then Ric Flair's promo after the Tear My Eye promo. You can't beat that. Even though it's not my personal favorite, I understand why people say it's the best. Yes, 1992 has to be on this list.
I'm not going to argue with you on that. All right, so we got 92. Let me write that down. 92 Royal Rumble. We got one Rumble match on the list so far. Aaron, what was yours?
I just watched a video on this moment today, as a matter of fact. We're going back to Madison Square Garden, the 2008 Royal Rumble. Obviously, we know the main reason why. Before I get to that, let's bring up a lot of other things that happened. You had Jake the Snake and not Jake Snake. What the hell am I talking about? Jimmy Snuka and Roddy Piper fighting in the Garden in the Rumble. You had Mick Foley in the Rumble. You had it starting out with Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker, two that ended it the year before, which is something I called. I said it'd be crazy if it started that way. You had the way it started, with the two guys that ended it last year. You had the legends returning. You had the storyline of Triple H going into the Rumble, which everyone, myself included, thought Triple H was winning the Rumble, wasn't he? And then we all know why I picked this as my favorite Royal Rumble. We all know. Number 30. John Cena comes back after supposedly being out for over a year. No one saw it coming. Malik, you and I were kids at the time. I was 7 years old. I completely went crazy when that happened. The 2008 Royal Rumble, and of course the atmosphere being in the Garden. I think everything about that show in general was a great show, but that run was my personal favorite.
Conrad, what you think?
All right, I'm not going to front. When I watched that going back, I was that dude who hated John Cena. And then the moment that number 30 hit and I heard the music, I was like, oh, John Cena's back. John Cena's back. And then I was like, as soon as he got in the ring, I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I'm supposed to boo you. Boo that man. But it was such a great moment. That's a classic Royal Rumble moment. Even the little, he has the hat that he does you know what time it is. I love it. It was a great surprise. And like Kyron said, I had Triple H pegged to win that. Like, I was like, oh, there's no way anyone else is beating him.
Yeah, I for some reason, bro, I'm not gonna say I called John Cena to come back. I was like, bro, I had this
No,
feeling.
you didn't. Don't lie. You know
Something gonna happen.
definitely.
It was gonna be a surprise. I was like, something gonna happen. John Cena had been out for a minute. He was out for a while for me. I was like, you know what, WrestleMania's coming up. He ain't gonna miss WrestleMania. I was like, you know what, I think he might come back, but I wasn't for sure. Though. I said he might. I wasn't really for sure. I didn't really know. I honestly didn't know who was going on. To be honest, I did back then. I really didn't know. I mean,
See, here's the thing. Here's why I didn't think Cena was coming back. Obviously, and now I watched the video today. Taking into account when he got hurt, they say he'd be off about 8 to 6 months. So they say he's going to miss WrestleMania. Then
right.
taking into account 12 rounds is supposed to start filming around that time as well. So he got to take time off for injury, and he's shooting a movie. Like, there's no way he's going to be back. No, but hell, there were people in WWE. There were people in WWE that didn't even know it was going to happen. We've seen the state hitting throughout the whole night. Like, it's one of my personal favorite Royal Rumble moments ever, if not my favorite. It's my favorite Royal Rumble match due to the atmosphere and a lot of other good stuff that happened in between.
So what do you think, Conrad? You think he should be on the list? You think we should come back to it?
I got something that I put over it.
What is it then?
What, other Rumbles?
So I thought you said you had one in mind. I thought you said I have one.
No, I have other ones that I put in it.
So we come back to it. We want to come back to it.
Yeah, I have to think about this deep, but I do love that moment though.
That was a really good Rumble. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, to me, any Rumble from like 03 to 09 were like really good to me. I'll go back and watch many of those. Plenty of time.
I think 04 to 2010, that was some of the better Rumble.
So I mean, all those Rumbles I've gone back and watched more than once. So those are all very good Rumbles. Go ahead, you can say something?
No, I was just surprised by the eras you guys gave for what you thought were some of the best Rumbles. I think Rumbles are weird because every year you think you know who's going to win, and then there's years where they shock you. To me, it's like a Breakfast Club fantasy. I know I'm using some Schlake Daddy terms with this.
All right, OTRS.
Yeah, but it's true, though. Think about this. Everybody in the Breakfast Club always gets at least 2 to 3 Rumble wins. Every time, you're like guaranteed. Think about it. Think of every single person who's been in Vince's pocket. They've got at least 2.
Hogan's 1, 2. I don't know if you count Austin part of the Breakfast Club or not, but Hogan's 1, 2. Michaels is 1, 2. Cena's 1, 2. Triple H is 1, 2. Orton's 1, 2.
Austin
1, 2. Austin's 1, 3.
Yeah. Rock 1. So I mean, everybody's pretty much
It's just a tough thing. If you got, I don't know. I got to think about which years had like the best stretch of Rumble matches. I got to think because the old ones are kind of too. To go back.
I mean, I feel like for my span of being a kid, like 03 to 09, those are really good Rumbles to me because I've gone back and watched them over. And 2010 was a good one too. I've gone back and watched that one many times. But like
2010 felt so fast though. Like
it was different. It was different.
I actually didn't get to watch that one. That's probably the only Royal Rumble match that of this decade I didn't get to watch on pay-per-view.
Oh, time out. I got a cool Royal Rumble 2010 story real quick.
Even though I knew Edge was coming back.
Dude, one of my favorite moments. Big Rob, I hope you're watching this. If not, you better watch this after the fact. We were in Buffalo Wild Wings. We went to watch it so we could watch the All-Star game for not All-Star game. What am I saying? NFC versus AFC, and we got the Royal Rumble up. The Rumble's on, so everybody's into the Rumble. Like, yeah, come on. Edge comes out. I'll never forget it. This little kid had his John Cena shirt on and everything. He gets eliminated. Edge wins. He's pounded on the ground. And he's like, Edge, I hate Edge. And he turned around and he looked at Robert's face. And we were both sitting there and we both laughed at the exact same time. So loud, this little kid's face. This is probably why I get all like the John Cena shit, bro. This little kid was hurt, bro. You could see it in his eyes. We're like, yes!
What's the problem messing with little John Cena fans, man?
Dude, they are always near me, bro. It's not my fault. They just happen to be right there doing the, yeah, he's going to win. He's gonna win. I cried when Sean got eliminated from that one.
I was a 9-year-old kid. Even I knew, even though they didn't even announce, I knew Edge was coming back to win it. I was 9 at the time. And I knew that was gonna happen.
He was number 29, I think. But that was just a funny moment. But go ahead, Malik. I want to hear what Malik's is.
Yeah, what's yours? You know it's 05, so go ahead.
Mine's not 05. I think 05 should be on the list, but I like the 2009 Royal Rumble. I think it should be on the list.
That is an underrated Rumble. I love that Rumble for
2009 is a really good Rumble, and it led to a great storyline at the Randy Orton one. They were doing some great stuff. It was a terrible match actually, but the storyline was great. I liked how the Rumble, how they both came in early, and that's when Legacy was starting to really form at the time with Randy and Ted DiBiase. It had some good star power in it too. The Undertaker was in there. RVD came back that night. A couple other people.
I don't be wrong. Wasn't that the Undertaker's last Royal Rumble match?
No, 17 was.
Oh yeah, I forget about that. He was only in there for like a minute or two till Roman Reigns eliminated him.
Yeah. He was 16. He came out like at 16 or 15. No, he was in there for a minute though. But something. Oh, there's something about that Rumble. I just feel like it's underrated. I feel like it doesn't get talked about a lot.
You're not wrong. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Kyron.
I was thinking about me about 09. Like we talk about what I say, predictability. Even though once again I wasn't thinking back then, I didn't know any better. Looking back in hindsight, it was obvious Randy Orton was going to win. I mean, he punted McMahon 6 days later. We knew Orton was winning it. But overall, 09 to me was just an okay Rumble. Nothing big really happened to me. Like, yeah, RVDs. See, I think this is where I think 08 I hold in a higher regard because with Cena's return, I'm like, it had me down. Obviously, this was me being a kid. I ingrained in my head that like number 30 has to be a surprise. So I'm thinking number 30 is going to be a big surprise with the Big Show. So, so I think 09 Rumble to me, I think it just doesn't do much for me. And besides Santino getting eliminated in a second, but there's not a lot of memorable moments from 08.
I'm with Malik, I think, a little bit on this one. So here's the difference. Bruce Pritchard says that there's years where Vince wants lots of surprises, and then there's years where Vince doesn't want too many surprises at all. And I think 09 was that year. Listen, we all knew pretty much Orton was going to win, right? Is that safe to say?
I did, yeah, I did.
But I do remember a lot of these other moments that happened in the Rumble. Let me see. John Morrison and Rey Mysterio, were they the first two?
They lasted.
Yeah.
I think they lasted. Ray lasted like 50 minutes, if I'm not mistaken.
Cody did too. Cody and Ted DiBiase Jr. were in there for a while. Carlito was one of the third people out. This is crazy because I can remember this, and this is what tells me it's a good match because Carlito lasted all that time. They did everything in their power to tell an amazing story throughout, and they had a bunch of people come in there. Fit Finley and the whole him coming out, and everything is memorable. Everything had its place in that match for them telling stories. Even CM Punk.
To me, this is one of the best Rumble more endings to the match because it happened so fast. So it was like, Triple H was throwing out DiBiase, he was throwing out Rose, and Orton just came up from behind. Bam! He was going like that. So it was instantly over. Like, oh snap!
Now that's a good point, Malik. Taking account that the last two, in 07 when Michael and Taker went about 10 minutes, which was obviously 10 minutes of beauty, and Cena and Triple H went for about 6 or 7. Like that's another reason why I hold the other two in higher regard because it did happen so fast. Because it was ingrained in my mind that it has to go for a few minutes. The final two had to go for a few minutes. That Orton just won just like that. Like it kind of caught me off guard. Granted, I was just a kid. I was only 8 at the time, so I'm obviously I think differently now. But even then, once again, maybe it's just due to the fact I just don't remember it. It was just sandwiched between two Royal Rumble matches I really, really like. But 09, it was never one of my personal favorites.
It's a heel thing too, heel and babyface. You got to think the face has to come back from something, and then the heel's gonna, sneak in and do what they got to do.
Plus, this is why I like the 09 Rumble too, because this is when they used to do a lot of storytelling. First of all, Randy Orton was on a whole different level back in 2009. This was the start of his whole Viper run when he was doing stuff different. Even though the WrestleMania match was that whole build up with the McMahons was incredible, bro. Every week it was something crazy. He was kicking people in the head. He was doing all crazy. They did a home invasion at this man's house, bro. They don't even do stuff like that anymore. That was incredible TV. So it led to a great story. Go ahead.
I said, one of my favorite moments from that rivalry that no one talks about was the night Triple H. He confronted all 3 members of Legacy, and him and Orton threw their sledgehammers away before they jumped. And Triple H pulled a hammer out of his back pocket, and he chased Orton and DiBiase throughout the entire arena. I remember watching that with my grandma. That's one of my personal favorites.
That was good stuff, bro. I remember when he handcuffed Triple H to the turnbuckle, and he DDT'd Stephanie and kissed her in the lips. I was like, oh my gosh, it's sick, bro. Like this man is, and he had that little snake crawl and everything looking at him with his face, bro. Randy Orton was on a different level right there in 09, man. It was good TV. And it was good.
I was going to say, didn't it feel like to you it was like the last, how they went PG the year before? I felt like that was the last year where they still knew what they were doing, even if it wasn't PG. They were like, we can push it a little bit with this, and this will work. And then after that, I felt like it was never really the same again as far as to pushing those levels.
Yeah. I think someone said it best. I saw it in a video when someone was in. They were talking about WrestleMania 25 and like facts about it. And they always talk about the lead up to WrestleMania. He said this felt like more of an attitude era flavor. Like the build up, you had the stuff with the Hardys, the stuff with Triple H and Orton.
Yeah.
And you even had Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. Like it's even the stuff with with Big Show and Cena and Edge with the video cameras and stuff and the love triangle. Like it felt sort of like Attitude Era style build up, and ironically, it felt like an Attitude Era style WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean that was they had a lot. They had some good build-ups that year. I mean, obviously, Shawn and Taker was a good build-up. You know what I'm saying? Randy Orton and Triple H was a good build-up. That was probably the best build-up to WrestleMania to me. I was looking forward to that match a lot. But I mean, the match wasn't that great. But leading up to WrestleMania, I was like, man, I can't wait to see this match. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what happens. So, how does everybody feel about the 09 Rumble? The 09 Rumble.
I still say should put it on the back burner because not only do I have 08, but it's another Royal Rumble I really think should be on this list too.
I think it's on the better half of the Rumble list. I don't know if it would be like must be on this list.
So we'll come back to it. Okay, so let's before we touch on that, is there any? We'll go by generations. Any other Rumbles from the 90s? Anybody want to talk about that? Should be on the list. Like, has to be on the list besides 92.
Hold on, let me think here for a second.
I don't think so. I mean, the only one I might try to make a case for, but even it's a small
1994.
94.
95.
Yes, you know what? Thank you for bringing that up because I was 98. I'm going to disagree, Kyron. I think 98 was only fun. Listen, that Rumble has so little star power that my man Mick Foley had to come out 3 freaking times to come out.
That's what made it fun.
That was a cool moment, though. It was a cool moment, though.
But here's the thing. You knew everyone was eating stunners in this. I was like, yo, there's no way. Like, listen, Shawn Michaels was my favorite, and I'm just crying, like trying to deny it to myself for all that time. Like, Stone Cold's going to win, but, maybe they'll let Shawn beat him. Maybe they will. Stunner. I'm like, bro, you know what's about to happen, bro, back then. And
I feel like the Mick Foley thing was a cool moment back then. It probably couldn't work nowadays in wrestling because people would probably complain about it because it's taking another spot from other people. But back then, it was a cool thing because you were like,
it was different.
Yeah, it was different. It can never be done again. I don't think.
I mean, that's another word wrong. Was way too obvious. Like
I think
being obvious and predictable is not a bad thing. Sometimes not going to predictable route is a problem. Look at 2012, where everyone knew Jericho was winning it, and they gave it to Sheamus for no good reason, just because they was too predictable. And I'm still not happy to end Jericho that. But
I think 94 could be. I think 94 is the one, Malik. If I had to pick one more to move on with 92, it's definitely 1994. I love that Rumble. I love how it came down to Fatu, Shawn Michaels, Lex Luger, Bret Hart.
Yeah,
great way to end it. And that overall show was really good, I thought, too, for when wrestling was in a weak time period. I thought they delivered.
Yeah, but if we're moving on, can I get to 2000? Because this one for 2000 I really think needs to be on this list.
Yeah, what do you think about 94 real quick? You want to come back to it or?
I think we should put on the back burner because I mean, once again, I don't think I've ever seen it fully, so I can't really comment besides the ending. I can't really comment much.
I think 95. I think 95 easily should be on there. I don't know about you guys, but
get out of here with that.
Well,
no one in their right mind thinks 95. The match wasn't a whole 50 minutes.
Time out.
I know you're Shawn. Hold up. I know you're.
No, come on. I know you're Shawn Michaels fan, but that 95 Rumble was
that
terrible.
95 Rumble was garbage.
Terrible.
I'm not saying that, but here's the difference, though.
Let's talk about little star power.
Let's put respect on the ending of it, though. The ending was great.
It was a cool ending because Shawn was the first.
I was a little kid and I didn't know what, dude. I was about to cry when I thought I used to. So this is back when you watched on Channel 99 and the lines would be going through and everything, bro. I wanted to cry when I heard British Bulldog's music playing. I'm like, well, it's gonna be Bulldog and Diesel at WrestleMania. Shawn Michaels is back in the ring. I was like, time out, mom. Hold on before I go to bed. What just happened? And then, boom. Shawn won. I thought that was a great ending with him hanging on. That was dope, man.
It was a good ending.
It was just weak.
The match overall, no.
Booty. They shouldn't have tried to do faster intervals.
Yeah,
all right, Kyrie, what was yours? You said you had one from 2000s.
2001. Like the star power alone, Kane going crazy, the hardcore sessions.
Drew Carey,
the epic face off with Austin and Rock in the two corners. Come on now.
2001. See, I gotta put that one on the back burner for me, man, because I'm trying to think of some other ones in 2000s.
My man Kane in that Rumble, Kane was whooping ass, dude. That was a good Rumble for him. He was
until Steve Austin.
Honky Tonk Man.
Come on, you had and then it was broken up in different sections. You had the mid-carders, then you had the hardcore stuff. Then Kane came out and was kicking ass, and then you had the main eventers. And then once again, one of my favorite shots of all time Austin in one corner bleeding, Rock in the other corner, and them just staring at each other across the ring.
Great moment. See, I think I got to put this Rumble over a one. 2004.
Yes, that was mine. Damn.
2004 could make the list for me, bro, because I don't know about you guys, bro. No way I thought Chris Benoit was winning this. I don't care if he's coming to number one or not. I was like,
I didn't know who was winning that year. There's certain years where I have no clue who's winning. That was one of those years I had no idea. I did not see that coming. I mean, going back now, hindsight 2020. Oh, okay, they were setting them up, but you did not think that back then.
Being 2020.
Yeah, back then, because it was a really cool moment, because that was like that could have been like the first time where somebody that was like in the undercard won. You were like, yes, Benoit's going to WrestleMania, because usually like before it was Lesnar, before Triple H won, before that Steve Austin, before that it was The Rock. It was always the big names. You know what I mean? So this time it kind of felt a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, whoa, Benoit won the Rumble. Like, wait a minute now, this where.
And they told an incredible story, because usually the number one is like, okay, this is someone to look out for. Something's going on.
Right.
And when Benoit was number one, you're like, okay, Benoit's probably going to last the longest or something, and then get thrown out, and then he'll have a story going on with Heyman or whatever. And I was like, oh, damn, that's nuts. They let this dude go all the way. And you were rooting for him, too, once you got to the end with the last few people. They did a really good job with that. I thought that was a nice Rumble.
I thought it was a good Rumble too. Plus, they had some good moments in that too, man. Especially at the end when it came down like the Big Show, Benoit, Cena, RVD, Jericho. I mean, especially when it came down to Big Show and Benoit, you're like, dude, how was he gonna throw Big Show's big ass over the top rope? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how they did it the right way, but like in your mind, you're trying to create stuff in your mind at the time, like how's he gonna throw him over the top? I mean, he can't just throw him over the top. So how they gonna make it work, bro? And it was a really cool ending, because it was. The way they did it with the headlock and him over the rope, it was like, they timed it right. So it was like anticipation, like, oh my God, was he going to fall? Is he going to fall? And then you saw him teeter, and then he fell. It was a really good Rumble. I don't know how you feel about it, but it can make the list for me.
Yeah, no, that's in my top 5, I would say, personally. I think it should be on the list.
How do you feel about okay, that's it. What do you think about 04?
I mean, it's a personal, I like it a lot, Benoit's performance and everything. It's once again, I probably would say it's in my top 5, but I don't know.
So you guys will come back to it? We'll come back to it?
It's on it for me.
I think I'll put it on there. I think it's a good Rumble match. I'll put it on there.
All right.
So we got 2 so far.
2004, 2004 Royal Rumble. All right, how do you guys feel about the 05 Rumble?
We know, yes, your favorite, Malik.
It's my favorite Rumble. Plus, the endings what really gets me, bro. With Cena and Batista, bro, that was being a kid at the time, bro. I was like, bro, two of the top.
If this one makes it in my 94 don't, I'm gonna be pissed, because 94 was done right.
You got two people of this generation, man. I mean, one thing I find hilarious is Vince McMahon pulling a Diesel that night, turning both his quads.
Yeah.
That stuff is hilarious.
But it was a really good Rumble overall. From the start, you had Eddie and Benoit starting up the Rumble together from the beginning, from the finish. Then you had Mysterio coming in early, Benjamin coming in early. You had Jericho coming in early. Booker T came in early too. It was great through the middle. I like the whole Raw and SmackDown face off, and this is when the Raw and SmackDown was brands, and they had the Raw and SmackDown side and facing off against each other. And then near the ending, bro, you had 2 of the top, basically upcoming stars at the time, and John Cena and Batista, and the crowd was going insane, bro. The crowd was going crazy. Nobody knew what was going to happen. Like, bro, Batista, Cena, obviously the botch finish happened when they both fell out and stuff. But
do you guys think that was botched? Like, I always feel like that was really planned.
Maybe it was planned. I mean, I don't know. From what I heard, stories, it was
perfect. That's the most perfect botch ever. Then,
from what I heard, Edge told a story where he said that he knew he was getting eliminated, whatever, and they were eliminating him, and he was walking to the back. And he knew Batista was going to win, but he looked back and he saw both guys out on the floor. And he was like, okay, I don't know why they're both out on the floor. But he was still walking to the back. And he said he saw Vince walking towards him, and Vince was pissed. Vince was doing that march, walking past him. He said, oh, shit, he's mad. He's mad. So I think it was a botch. Because they said that, when after he tore his quad, he made everybody, he said he had the entire locker room cleared out so he could walk to the ambulance. He didn't want to be carried out like that.
You know something I noticed, and maybe I'm just looking at it from a different angle, but every time I see John and Batista go over, people say they hit the same time, but to me it looks like Batista hit just a split second for Cena did. Maybe it's just the way the angle I've always seen it.
Right.
Those look like Batista hit like a split second of what John Cena did. Did anyone else notice that too, or just me?
I used to think of that when I was a kid too. Like I've watched it back many times like that. I'm like, it's a little close there, you know what I mean? But I think Batista picking him up all the momentum, it kind of like, he was kind of thrown back a little bit, and then it kind of went over the rope. But maybe I don't know, maybe he was playing. I mean, it could have been playing, because like if it from what it looked like, they kind of bounced back really quick. You know what I mean? Like they made it look like they knew what they were doing, because after they fell out, the referee's holding up Batista's arm, the other referee's holding up John Cena's arm, and the commentators are like, they're selling it really good, like, what's going on? We don't know what's going on.
Conrad said it best. If that's the botch, then that's the most perfect botch ever, because you did the precision and timing that both men hit the floor. Come on now, there ain't no botch. People say this day that it was a botch. I mean, I'm with Conrad. I don't think it was. I think they knew what they were doing, especially because both Cena and Batista were pegged to win the world title at WrestleMania anyway. So
Right.
I mean, you give it both to them. Why not?
Yeah. I think. Plus, like I said, it was cool because at the time, think about the last time where you saw like two of the top guys that were coming, like you knew were coming up to be elevated to the stars, and they were finishing the Royal Rumble together. I mean, the crowd was going crazy, bro. The crowd was losing their minds. I remember watching it on DVD. Like I had the DVD of it, but I remember watching on DVD. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like I don't know who's gonna win. Like what's gonna happen. I thought it was a cool Rumble.
Yeah, I like that Rumble a lot. That's not a bad one either to put on.
It's a good one. I think we should put a back burner because if Conrad tries to kill us. So
you want to put on the back burner, Conrad?
Yeah, just for now, because if this makes
top 5 is hard. You got to really sit there and rack your brain for a second.
All right, so then what about 06 then, the next year?
This is once again one of the few I didn't get to see on pay-per-view. I think 06 and 2010 are the only two I didn't get to see it, in my lifetime on pay-per-view. I mean, is there anything to talk about besides? I mean, it's stuff to talk about, but this pay-per-view, I mean, this Rumble literally starts and ends with Rey Mysterio, going 62 minutes, coming out, in Eddie's lowrider. One thing I love about that entrance is if you see they zoomed in Triple H. I know he's playing the heel, but he was doing his best not to smile at that. But that's 2006. I think it's okay. Rey's performance definitely elevates it, but I don't think it's my favorite long Rumble performance. I still would put Ric Flair in '92 over Rey Mysterio's, even though Rey lasted longer.
I think it helps more because of the story about Eddie and stuff. Like it was emotional. You know what I mean? Like when you saw him win, you were like, yes, he did it for Eddie. You know what I mean? Like it was a cool type of performance. So. I don't know if I'd have it on my list either, but I've gone back and watched it many times. So I mean, I definitely like the Rumble. It's not a bad Rumble match at all.
I'm trying to remember. 06 is tough for me. I don't remember too much else about it besides Triple H, Rey, and then Orton came in and got eliminated, and it was for Eddie. It was everything you guys just brought up. I don't think it makes the top 5 list at all, but it was okay for what it was.
Yeah, I only remember 2 things. Everything Orton, Rey, and Triple H, and I remember Shane McMahon eliminating Shawn Michaels. Those are the only 2 things I remember from that show. Once again, I didn't get to watch it live, so that's a big reason as to why.
What about 07?
I love the ending of the Rumble.
No, see, that's the thing. This was another instance of the ending elevating it, because let's be honest, 07, that match itself is just okay. The end game, the last few minutes with Shawn Michaels and Undertaker is what elevates that. Now, don't that ending to a Rumble ending is probably my favorite Royal Rumble ending, but I can't just say it's a good match off of those last 10 minutes, because it's one of the least memorable Royal Rumble matches besides the ending. Now, granted, I think it has to go the fact it had to follow the epic Last Man Standing match we seen Umaga right before it, but I gotta go get the door. I don't think that match is there. I'll be right back.
What do you think, Conrad?
I'm trying to remember anything else that happened. What do you remember? Any of the other stories that they were trying to tell in this? I mean, we had MVP at that time, Mr. Kennedy, right? Or no?
Kennedy fought Batista earlier. I mean, they had like Edge. Edge had a good performance because he lasted longest. Orton, and they were still doing the Rated RKO stuff. Nothing really else touched it besides the ending, like the ending with Shawn and Undertaker. You know what I mean?
And this was similar to Batista Cena. Like these two were going to be in the main event at that point. You knew,
Yeah.
Shawn's challenging him, and you're going to challenge Batista.
Well, that's I think that's the direction they had to go in because Triple H just got hurt. You know what I mean? So he tore his quad. So now we're like, all right, well, Shawn was still kind of representing DX at that time, but DX was pretty much done with at that point because Triple H just tore his quad, so he wasn't going to miss. He was going to miss WrestleMania. So at the time, I think that's where they wanted to go. I think they knew they wanted Batista and Undertaker for sure. And then once Triple H got hurt, I feel like Shawn Michaels was going to be Cena's opponent. So it told for a great story, though. I mean, the ending was great. I love the ending. I don't think I would have it in my top 5, though, personally.
Yeah, I don't think it's a top 5 either. That's tough.
Yeah, I don't think. What about like 02, 03? What about those two? With Triple H winning and Brock Lesnar winning?
I don't remember enough about either one of them. I mean, 02. Only thing I remember is Triple H winning. I remember Undertaker killing Maven. And
whoa, come on now. Maven's elimination was dope. I love that moment. That's one of my favorites. I mean, I felt bad for Dude afterwards when he got his ass whooped and his head thrown in the popcorn and shit, bleeding all over it. But Maven's elimination was great. Maven was shocked, and then Undertaker got in that ring. He was like, "Boy, I done told your ass." That was good. I'm trying to think. Mr. Perfect coming back. That was a good moment.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
Kurt Angle, Mr. Perfect going at it.
03, this was obviously this was a time though when they were really high on Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? Like Brock was really the top guy to go to. So him winning might have been maybe predictable. I don't know because I didn't see it live in person, so I don't know how people felt about it back then. But I thought it was a good Rumble though. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Real tough. Brock's Rumble, I didn't like it because of the lackluster kind of other people in it. But when you look at it, how do I want to put this? You knew it had to come down to Brock, Taker, Kane. These were the only people in there that seemed believable to win. I know you had Matt Hardy. You kind of wish some of those other dudes would last or do something in it, but they didn't have a chance. And I don't know. There's something weird about that 03 Rumble. I don't know what didn't click for me. Something about it just doesn't mesh well. I like the outcome. I just didn't like how it played out, if that's fair to say. I don't know how you guys felt. You guys were young.
You don't feel like it had enough star power. Not star power.
I just didn't like the way the Rumble match was structured. You ended up with a lot of faces in there. Kane was trying to turn on people. I'm like, what the hell is Kane doing? This is weird. And then all of a sudden Brock comes out. He just throws out Undertaker I did it. And Brock is a baby. It felt weird. Something felt off what they were trying to do.
Yeah, I think Brock was playing babyface at the time, right? So he was kind of playing the good guy because he was going to wrestle Angle at WrestleMania. So he was kind of playing the good guy. So he was like, yes, I did it. You know what I mean? So it was, I can see what you mean. It felt a little weird, you know what I mean? Because Brock was babyface for that a little bit time period, but it was Brock as a babyface is not good. I'm saying he just don't have the baby.
Yeah, Brock doesn't really work as a babyface.
So let's go. Let's see what we touched. You said the '94 Rumble, the 08 Rumble, the 09 Rumble. Any Rumbles from 2010 up, 2010 or anything up? Anybody want to talk about?
We already brought it up. The only two words to talk about is 2010 and 2018, and now I don't see either one of them. 2018 was amazing, but I don't think it's a top 5 Rumble. In 2010, neither.
I like 2018. I think 2018 could be argued that it was at the bottom of the top 10. I think you could put that one on there. I'm trying to think of what other ones that I would put in between then. I like the one with Jericho coming back where everyone thought Jericho was going to win, the one you brought up before, Kyron. I like that Rumble for how it was structured. I just hate the finish. And I think, didn't Jericho say he changed it because everyone was expecting him to win? So he just said, well, let Sheamus win then.
Yeah, he said he didn't need it. That's what he said. So he let Sheamus because he was supposed to.
I can't. I'm sorry. Jericho is one of my favorites of all time. Not getting that Rumble still angers me this very day, especially because he got the the WWE title shot against Punk anyway. But really, I can go through every Royal Rumble from 2011 to 2017 and say, well, I don't think 11. It was 40 men and it was too many. You had a lot of jobbers in there. No one now. I give it this. There was a few people you thought could have won, but it with the overexposure of people. 2012. once again, not going with Jericho, and the fact you had all three announcers in the match, Ricardo Rodriguez. No, 2013, everyone knew Cena was going to win. It didn't. No one cared. 14 was garbage. 15 was garbage. 16 was okay, but once again, everyone knew Triple H was winning. 17, I thought it was good, but Roman Reigns coming out at number 30 killed it completely for me. 18 was amazing, and 19, I don't remember the men's Royal Rumble match at all.
I don't know if I would put 18 in mine, to be honest. I mean, it was a good Rumble. It was solid. I loved the ending when they were down to Nakamura and Reigns and Cena, because of course people were like, "Oh my god, if these two are in the end,
oh man, fun." I didn't even know you two yet. It was a year before we met Conrad, but I can only imagine what he was thinking watching those final three. But I think one thing about 2018 I really loved was it was the old guard and new guard. It was Cena, Orton, and Ray, and then Nakamura, Balor, and Reigns. I really liked that spot. Like that, I thought it was a cool spot. It was obvious what they were doing, but it was still a cool spot to see.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd have 18 on mine though. I definitely think 08 should be on here though. I think 08 should be on here. It was a solid Rumble through from the start to the finish, and it had a good ending, and it had a surprise, a huge major surprise.
Yeah, I agree. I think 08 should be on this list.
You look like you're thinking over there.
I don't know about 08. I'm just trying to put other parts to it because I love the ending, but do I love everything else that's in between? You know, like Jimmy Snuka, Rowdy Piper, that was cool for old school fans. I mean, I guess they started off all right, but I don't know. The in between stuff's just like.
I mean, I think the in between stuff was great. I mean, I like how the beginning of the match started.
I think I prefer 09 as a Rumble match as a whole over
09 was a better Rumble, if you ask me. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm with you on that. I think it was 09 was a better Rumble match, I think, in my opinion. And that's one of the most underrated Rumbles, I think, that people don't talk about. And nobody talks about that being like one of the best or like one of their favorites. You know what I mean? It's kind of just there. But I enjoyed the match a lot, actually. I watched it live, and I've watched it back many times. I thought it was a damn good Rumble.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Real tough.
So we got 3 spots left. We had 94, 05, 08, and 09. So one's got to go, and then 3 will be on the list. So out of those three, which one would you say was your favorite? Like personally, like that's probably my favorite.
Wait, 04 didn't make it?
04 is already on the list.
All right, so give me those again.
94, 05, 08, and 09.
Man, when you get to like these middle rumbles, that's what makes it so tough. And 2018's on or off?
I wouldn't put that on mine. No, I don't think he.
Yeah, I love that Rumble, man. I think
I did too, but I don't know if I put it in my top 5.
I think it. See, if that was on there, I think that would be the one I would pick. I think 94. I think 94 is a really good Rumble, and maybe it's because of I saw it first there versus the 05 one. Like when I saw the 05 one, I was like, oh, here we go with this same stuff. You know what I mean? You guys probably, that was your first time seeing it. With me, I'm like, oh, not again. Here, okay, we ran out of ideas.
Yeah, so, that was the first time I seen it. You know, like the double finish like that. So that was the first time I'd seen it. I mean, we can throw 18 in there if you want to. I don't know how Kyron feels about it, but if you want to throw 18 in there, you think it should be a talk, like something that needs to be talked about.
We got to pick what, 3 of these?
Yeah, we have 92 and 2004 so far, and then we have 94, 05, 08, 09, and 2018.
I don't know, man. I would definitely say 2018 for me would be on there.
I think 08 should be on here for sure. The other 4 we can talk about, but I feel like 08 should be on the list. I think it would. Go ahead, my fault.
No, I was gonna say you really think that's like GOAT status.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the best Rumbles that people still talk about to this day. So,
I'm trying to think. Was Randy Orton's second one good when he won?
17.
Yeah,
it was all right, but Roman Reigns coming out at the end pretty much killed it for everybody else. when he was 30 because everybody thought it was going to be a big surprise, and it was Roman Reigns. And everybody was butthurt.
Yeah. Man, I really wish Austin's other one was on here too from 01 because that's not a bad one too.
So you think 01 should be talked about too?
Yeah, I think 01's in this mix.
So we got 94, 01, 05, 08, 09, and 2018. So now we got more than what we had before.
92. If it's up to me, so what do we get? Did we pick how many? 3?
Yeah, we need 3 spots. So which this mark off 2 that you don't think should be on there between those? In your opinion.
Give them to me again.
94, 01, 05, 08, 09, and 18.
Give me 05 and shit. I'm just trying to debate on which Rumble's better between these two, man. That's tough. To me, 08 and 09 have like just distinct things that happen, but you're wondering like, well, which one's actually better?
Yeah. It's tough, man, debating between those. It's tough debating between the two, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to wager both of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough choice.
Really tough. I don't know.
You said 05 is off the show, though, right?
05 would be the one I would
get rid of for sure. Okay, so
yeah, 05.
As much as I love 05, I'm cool with 05 not being on the list. That's fine. I'm cool with 05.
Sorry. My friend had to mess up, but I had to help him out the house.
That's cool. I'm cool with 05 being off. That's fine. We can mark that off.
So would you agree with where I was going?
So now we got between 94, 01, 08, 09, and 18. So between those 5, we need 3 spots.
Well, obviously, you know, I'm on a podcast.
I don't know, dude. What do you think, Malik? Throw something in here for me. I'm just trying to think because you're trying to remember all of this stuff that's happening.
I think I think 09 and 08 can both be on here, to be honest. That's just me. Like I think they're both great. I see what you mean, like debating between them both, like which one's better, but it's tough, you know what I mean? Because
to me, 08's ending is great, but I don't like the build for it. But I like 09's build, but I can see why you're like the ending's kind of poo-poo a little, you know.
I thought the ending was great in 09. I thought it was
cool. I appreciate it, but I can see why others would say, like, nah, I mean it, Chief. But
I think they both could be on the list. 01 could be. I can see being on the list too. 94 was great. I don't know if I put that over the other ones though. You know what I mean? Like between 94 and 18, which one would you say you loved better? Like between you, like I think this one might have been better.
Oh my gosh. See, it's tough too because when you look at the old days, there's not that star power that's there. It's more so about kind of like the end and getting to the ending and like, okay, these are the real people who it's coming down to.
Yeah.
I love the unique finish because that was the first time we had ever seen that. But I think 18 overall tells a better story, kind of, that this is what it took for us to get here.
So yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I've been all over the place. So where are we at right now? I'm sorry.
We're still trying to eliminate because for the Rumble matches, it's tough.
Yeah, I think the undercard match might be a little. I don't know. Which matches do we have left?
Between 94, 01, 08, 09, and 2018.
Well, I think 2018. Even though I think 2018 is better than 09. I think we're gonna probably have to rule one of those out.
I'm going with 09 then. If we got to rule one of those out. I like 09 better.
It's up to you, Conrad. Either we rule 2018 or 09 out. It's up to you.
I would say 09 goes before 2018 personally. I mean,
So 18's out then. So now we got 4. So now we're down to 94, 01, 08, and 09.
You said what, Malik? Kyrie was talking. You said what?
So we're down to 4. We got 1994, 2001, 2008, 2009.
I think the weakest of all.
Take my game out. With my 2K.
What do you think, Conrad? Which one do you think?
I think 09 is the weakest of all of them.
I think 09, because I think we got rid of one that I would have on my list with 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if any of the women's can even be put into this. I don't know though if that's possible.
Nah.
I think they only had two. They've only had two, so I don't think I'll put them there.
Okay, so what's left? Give it to me one more time.
94, 01, 08, 09.
And we got to pick two of these.
We got to pick three. So one's got to go.
I guess I think 09 is the one that lead goes. I really do. I think the other three are stronger, especially 01 and 08. And I think 94 is just a little stronger than 09. But like I said, I think either 01 or 08 move on. It's between 94 and 09.
I think you can't diminish that Cena moment over the Orton moment. I think Cena's moment made more sense and it stood the test of times, even though both kind of went crappy later on at Mania. Yeah, I'll take the Cena moment over Orton's heel winning. You know what I mean?
Okay, so we got the 2008 Rumble. It doesn't mark out the 09 though. I mean, how do you feel about the 09 compared to 1 and 94 compared to those two?
You said 01, 94, and 09. Like I said, with 01, you have, like I said, I think it's like a Rumble that has, like, everyone gets their time to shine. Like, you get the mid-card stuff, the hardcore stuff. Kane's legendary performance, which I still think is one of the greatest Rumble performances of all time. And then you also have, you have a bunch of people you think realistically could have won. Austin, Rock, both Brothers of Destruction. So I think you had people who you believe you could have won. Nowadays, you don't come close to that. You had some great moments, like I said, with Austin and Rock looking at each other face to face. So I think 01.
Kane's monster running that too. That's unforgettable. Like, he definitely eliminated the most people ever, even though they tried to poo-poo on that later. But he definitely crushed it in that one. Like, he beat ass in that Rumble.
Kane was on another level on that one. Yeah, I think 01 has to move on. Kane, like I said, Kane was just on another level.
01's a great one to me, I think, that people sleep on.
I put 01 on the list. I'm cool with 01 being on the list.
So we have...
Now we're down to 94 and 09.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to let you two decide because I think one of you going to take 94 over 09.
See, if you put 2018 in this, that's tough, man. I don't know between those three. Because I like 2018 overall as a match. Like, I feel like it should be on the top 5. Like, when you really think about it, 2018 should probably be in top 5 Royal Rumbles. 94 is great, but it doesn't have that star power, but it's got an epic finish. So it's going to, you know what? I'll put that in the same category as the 07. 07's great. 94 is great, but there's not enough in between. I think 2018 told a great story because you didn't know what was going to really happen for it.
And it had a lot of little moments. Like the Hurricane comeback was hilarious. Him trying to chokeslam John Cena. But another thing I think we didn't bring up was Heath Slater's small little storyline. I remember he got attacked, and like 8 people came out and attacked him. He finally gets put in the Rumble, and what happened? Instead of having to get embarrassed, he eliminated Sheamus. That was a nice little story arc. You had the last few minutes, like you scared is Reigns gonna win again? Is Nakamura gonna win? So I think I personally think 2018 is better than 09 and 94, but
yeah,
that's me.
I would put 2018 over both of those. If I have to choose between 04 and 09, I think I would enjoy watching 09 over that, though. That's how I would rank them. 2018, 09, 94.
Me too.
So you guys want 2018 on the list then?
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
All right.
Unless you have objections, Malik.
I like 09 personally.
I love 09. 09's on my underrated one. I bring it up and a lot of people don't usually. I'm with you. I'm one of those people that bring it up. I'm like, I love this Rumble. That was the last good Rumble that I can say like I fully enjoyed.
Yeah, that's same with me, to be honest. I mean, but I mean, I'll accept 2018. 2018 wasn't a bad Rumble, so
2018 now just took that spot though recently. Like, okay, within the last 2 years, I'm like, that was the last Rumble I could say I really enjoyed.
I wasn't expecting it to be that good either. Like,
All the ones in between from like 2017 going back to what was that 2010? They all feel
11.
the same. They're all like jumbled together, kind of like there's some good.
Like exactly like each Royal Rumble I think may have had like, and that's like I obviously can't flood it with nostalgic returns, but I think every Royal Rumble from either like 11 to 17 in that stretch had at least like one or two big surprises, but none of them really wowed us. Like 11 had 40 men, but like I said, that was a detriment to the Rumble because there were so many people, and while on one hand, like
yeah, he's starting to skip.
That's all right. I mean, is that we got our 5 then, right?
Yeah, we got 5. Yeah, I can't hear Kyron no more. I don't know what happened to his connection. His connection might have went out a little bit, maybe. Hold on. He'll probably come back in. So now let's go to the undercard matches. So we got 92 Rumble, 04 Rumble, 08 Rumble, 01 Rumble, and 18 Rumble.
Yeah, I think I did a top 5, or I was thinking about this like a year or two ago, bro. I was struggling to make a top 5. It's tough.
It's tough. I mean, I guess it's based off your personal preference. You know what I mean?
Some of the old ones get crapped on a little bit too because they were just trying to figure it out, get stuff going.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, you're back.
All right, so now let's go to the undercard matches. Let's start with Conrad again. Which undercard match do you think?
I swear, man, why is my iPad always gotta do this? I can't hear one of you.
Who? You don't hear me?
I can't hear Malik.
Oh. You can try and back out again if you want.
Oh, let me see something. If not, I'll probably have to switch the computer if I can.
Go ahead, Conrad.
All right. So I had to think one match that has to be on this list. And for me, we got to go all the way back to the reason why I think the 04 Rumble happened. 2003. Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle.
Damn, that was mine, dude.
In that amazing match. I mean, do you want me to switch it? I told you I had more than one for this.
Yeah, that was mine. So that's you. I mean, we can already break it down.
Can we all agree then? That's on the list.
You know, that was actually one I was thinking about. I'm glad you brought that up, so I didn't have to waste.
I told you.
That was mine. That was mine in my head that I already had.
Yeah, when we were talking about this like a week ago, I knew. I was just like, yeah, this has to be on that list. Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle tore the house down, and I think this was the match that made people notice. I think Heyman was right at the time where it's like, yo, Benoit can go. If he's hanging with the guy who's going to be in the main event WrestleMania match, he could be in the main event WrestleMania match.
If I'm being honest, Benoit and Kurt Angle is my favorite match of 2003. Like, same. Maybe I can't. Maybe Jericho and Michaels at WrestleMania might go toe and toe with that, but that's probably one of my favorite matches of the year.
Yeah, that was the one I was gonna bring up. So I mean, I got another one in my head that we can put on there too. So that was I had a backup too. So.
Oh yeah, no, but we're definitely about to duke it out. I can tell before we get to the top 5 of some of these. So go ahead.
Kyron, I think you already said yours last week. I think you said Triple H and Cactus Jack.
I actually changed it.
2000.
I changed it because I think we're all gonna I probably had to fight for that match later. But it's another match I'm kind of leaning to right now because it hasn't been too obvious to pick that one. I'm gonna go with this is a personal favorite. I think it was my favorite main roster match of 2017. Cena and AJ Styles at Summit at Royal Rumble 2017. That's a
damn. That was my other backup one, bro. Y'all stealing mine. That was another one I had in mind too. That was my backup one. So
yeah, I thought that match. I thought that match was. I thought it was better than the SummerSlam match they had. That match was tough to beat. I thought it was a great match. It was. I mean, Cena winning, I marked out because it was cool seeing Cena get number 16. It didn't hurt Styles at all. It led to the great Elimination Chamber match that Bray Wyatt won. So I think
terrible Elimination Chamber match actually. They did it backwards. They should have
Wyatt should have won the Rumble and Orton should have won the Chamber match. But I mean, you do what you can. But I think Cena and Styles in SummerSlam 2017, it was an incredible match that told a good story. I've seen some people say it felt like a New Japan match, and I do see where some people come from with saying that. But it was my favorite match of 2017.
You know why people say that? It's the double finisher at the end because this is the one where he rolls through, right?
Yeah.
AJ rolled through AA.
Yeah, because I was hoping, I'm like, come on, AJ, I need you to get out of this. Get out. Pop up out the second one. But when he held him and rolled through, I was like, oh, damn. He hit him with the Okada bullshit, holding the wrist control. Nope, you ain't going nowhere. It was a great match. I just hate seeing Cena get 7 or 16. Excuse me.
Come on, man. After all the hard work he put in for that company, he deserved that moment, Conrad. Come on now. Stop being a hater for once in your life and let the man have his moment.
Yo, Ric Flair's record is a thing of beauty. John Cena just came waltz right in. Do 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 do. Ric Flair did great things too, but I'm like, where's the respect? Something where no.
Ric Flair. That better not be mine, Kyrie. Okay.
I mean, all records are meant to be broken anyway. Plus, Ric Flair, he's got more than 16 more titles anyway. They just don't acknowledge it.
I know technically, but
he got like 23 or something.
And Ric Flair said himself he was
people just hated it just because it's John Cena. If it had been Shawn Michaels or CM Punk or anybody else, people would be okay with it. But it's just because it's John Cena.
Why use those two for examples? Why?
Because
those are people.
I prefer longer title reigns though over like the quick fast ones. That's my issue with kind of the Charlotte, Sasha whole fiasco. But it was a great match. I'll keep it about the match. Great match.
It was a
good match. So are we putting this on the list or should we put it on the back burner?
What do you think, Conrad?
I got a back burner it, but not saying that it won't make the list.
Okay, so I can. Okay.
We can come back to it then. We can come back to it and see what other options are there. What about Triple H and Mick Foley at Rumble 2000?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I was just talking about this match. I don't remember what I was watching. Who was I talking to about it? But they were just talking about this match. Oh, it was on Wrestling Reverb. My boy Josh was doing a show about this. And he was asking about stuff like during the time that had happened. Bro, this match made Triple H a tough guy. And when you think about, because before you were like, Triple H is main event level, but I don't know if he can really hang. This dude freaking was a beast in this match, dude. Foley made him look like $1 million. I know some people are like, yeah, but that feud with The Rock set him up to be a star, but Mick Foley solidified it. Like he put the finishing touches on him like, yo, now you're a star. He let Triple H be the best heel ever. Dude, could you imagine pedigreeing Mick Foley on thumbtacks? I hated that dude when he did that.
No. It was Mick called that in the match. Remember, I don't know if you guys heard the story or not, but when Stephanie distracted him. He had the back body drop on his tags. He had a regular pedigree. That was supposed to be the finish. Mick kicked out, and it was a shoot. It stunned Triple H. And he told Triple H, no, do it on the thumbtacks. It's going to make you look good. It's going to make me look good. It'll make us both look good, and it's going to make you seem tough if you win that way instead of by distraction. But the amount of blood, the violence in New York, might add, Mick Foley being handcuffed again after what happened the year before, and I don't know if we'll talk about that match or not. But it's not just one of my favorite Royal Rumble matches from the Royal Rumble undercard. It's probably one of my 10 favorite matches of all time. So, yes, I think Triple H and Cactus Jack at Royal Rumble 2000 is definitely on that list.
I think
2000 in general. The year 2000 in general was a pretty damn good year when it came to pay-per-view. They were hitting banger after banger after banger.
Except for Mania. They messed up Mania.
Except for Mania and maybe King of the Ring. That's it. But
I would have it on the list too. I just no doubt on my list. I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue that. Any other matches? Is there a match you guys want to bring up? Anybody else? Any ideas?
We have 2 so far.
What about I don't know how you guys feel about. What about the triple threat between Lesnar, Rollins, and Cena? At 15?
Save that. Thank you for reminding me. Save that show. And to me, it was the best main roster match of 2015. It's like my second favorite match in general that year behind Sasha and Bayley in Brooklyn. But if you want to, I deleted it, so I can't say you want to watch that. But my original review of the show, I reviewed it right at the show ended. That was the only thing I was positive about. My re-review, I still was pretty positive about it. Best main roster match of 2015. I really think this match definitely could make a case for it. It made Rollins look good. It made Rollins a star. I think it made Rollins. That was the match that originally made me a Lesnar fan because I wasn't big on Lesnar with the suplex and stuff. Obviously, I'm not a fan of Lesnar anymore. And of course, it's a match Cena, Rollins, and Lesnar. I always say the best triple threat matches. We had 3 guys that know what they're doing, and I thought that match. All 3 guys played their role to perfection. I thought it was it's the best main roster match of the year of 2015. and it's one of my top 5 favorite triple threat matches of all time.
Was that Seth's first time main eventing too when they did that match? Do you guys remember that?
If you want to be technical, no.
Main eventing, he had a big spotlight on him for the first time versus feuding with like Ambrose, someone that was equal to him.
Yeah.
He was hanging with them. I thought that was good for him.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel about the match?
I like it a lot. That's on the back burner, but not saying it wouldn't make it. I like that one a lot.
This is where we have the 5 spots comes back. Like
Maybe okay. What about Cena and Umaga 07 in the last man standing match?
Oh, that was Cena's tough guy match. I felt too. That was like that made John Cena where I was like, okay, I see why he's in the spot he's in. That was his best match, I think, of 07. I'm trying to think if there was anything better than that. I don't think so.
Match with Michaels.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, the Raw UK one, right? The hour one. He had that, and he had WrestleMania.
UK and the WrestleMania. I thought the UK match and the WrestleMania match was great.
Yeah, but Umaga's match was top 5 that year with him because Umaga was an unstoppable force. He was undefeated at the time. And they did a very unique spot to end it too in that match.
Good finish, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it for people who've never seen it before. If you're gonna go back,
oh no. Here's what I said. That match is where we at 12. No. Where we at? We're 9. Yeah, 12 years old. If you haven't seen it yet, you forfeit your right to complain about spoilers as far as I'm concerned. I'm talking about the finish. I don't care if no one's seen it or not. But I'll be honest. I remember watching that. Conrad, you're laughing. I'm being serious. Cena choking, Cena getting the ropes and literally strangling Umaga. I'm not gonna lie, as a kid, I was happy for Cena one. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of scared me a second. Like, oh my god, he's killing him. And then I remember the next night he came on Raw with all the bruise around his neck. Like, come on, if anyone got strangled that much, they'd probably be dead. But that the amount of blood Cena lost, and he came close to lose. I actually thought it was times. Cena was not going to win that match. But yeah, I thought that match was amazing. But I don't know. I put it in the back burner.
I got some sneaky ones that I could try and throw on here, hopefully.
Go ahead.
You guys will listen to me. This was my backup one that I feel like it should be on this list. I got to go with the Orient Express versus the Rockers 1991 Royal Rumble. It is possibly one of the greatest openers to a pay-per-view for WWF ever. And I'm putting a lot of things into consideration. You could argue Bret Owen, a couple, Daniel Bryan, Triple H. There's some that you could argue, but I still think that this is one of the greatest openers for how everything clicked that night with both of these teams. I know the Orient Express wasn't anybody to really take serious, but that was a great tag team match, and I absolutely love it. How the finish, everything just worked out good for that one. Have you guys ever seen it?
I've never seen it, so I can't comment on it.
I've seen it. I've seen it. Yes, I've seen it. I know what you're talking about.
Come on, that wasn't a great ending with the roll up.
It was, but I mean,
in 1990,
would you put it over the matches we just talked about? Like over the matches
you probably wouldn't.
Y'all heartless, man.
I'm asking you the question. I'm saying, would you put it over the matches that we just talked about?
I think so. I think so for the time and the length that it was one of the greatest pay-per-view matches. I think it's in the discussion. I
have a match on the undercard that I know we're probably not going to have on the list, but I think it deserves a mention. I'm going back to 01. Chris Benoit versus Chris Jericho in that ladder match.
Ooh, I forgot about that. That one slipped my mind.
That was a good one. That was a really good one, actually.
That weird Walls of Jericho that they used to have in the video game, right? Where he
That's the first time you ever did it.
Yeah, that was a good match, man.
That was a good one. That's a really good one. That could be considered, to be honest.
Another one that I don't know would make the list that was good? Hardy Boys versus Dudleys at Royal Rumble 2000. That tables match.
I was going to bring that one up next, Conrad. That was pretty good.
You know what I call that the Godfather to the TLC matches, because they showed you they went everywhere. People are really into this, and they put in the rule of you had to be put through the table by the tag team, and both partners had to go through, but they could stay out there. It made it. The way they set that up was perfect.
That was how it worked. I'm glad you explained it, because I never understood that, because I'm like, okay, D1 got put through a table, but why is he still out there if he got eliminated? Oh, that's how it worked. I never understood how it worked.
Yeah.
I didn't. I think both of those matches should at least have gotten a mention, but I don't know if we're going to put them. It's
another one I think has to be mentioned too. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, the last man standing match. That was a damn good match.
I was coming for that one next.
What year was that?
04.
I just had to think of 2K15 when you guys said that, playing that the mode or whatever, Shawn versus Triple H. That's the all bloody. Sean falls. He can't get up.
That was the build up to the Benoit and the rest of the triple threat. You know what I mean? Because it was the draw. It was the draw at the end, and then Benoit won right after that. It was a good match, though. It was a really good match. It was a damn good match.
Yeah, it's not my favorite Sean Triple H match. I still think but I still think it was pretty good. It told a good story. My only problem with it was it went a little bit too long. And then the draw is still why they do it, but I felt it was cheap. When I was 3 years old when it happened, I felt it was cheap. I still feel it was cheap now. I get why they did it because Sean that gave Sean kind of a viable spot for a rematch. But I ain't gonna lie, I was so mad. Sean had the Sweet Chin Music. I'm like, oh my God, Shawn Michaels gonna win the championship. And they both stay down.
Wasn't that the same year too that Sean won on like New Year's or the last show of the year with Bischoff? Like you had just did a finish that it was a draw and you did another one.
That's what led to the match at Royal Rumble. Yes. And then the next night Benoit came out and Sean wanted Triple H, so he signed the contract when Benoit signed the contract. And then they had a number one contenders match, which Evolution got involved, and that became a triple threat match.
I guess let me see if I can sneak some other ones on here. I got one that a lot of people may be surprised about. 2008 for the WWE Championship, Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy. I think that match actually delivered really well, and I love the finish to it where you think, I was like, yo, what if Jeff wins this? Because that was back when the talk started, like Jeff Hardy could be the WWE Champion. And he goes for it, and then Orton pops around and just catches his ass. I was like, oh, that was perfect. And it hurt me. But that was a good one, I thought.
That hurt me because I remember I really thought with the build up, maybe Jeff Hardy was going to win that night. And
remember Jeff diving off the stage and everything? They built that up good.
I was so sad. I know. Here's one more undercard match. Another undercard match. Once again, I don't think it's gonna be here, but I think it deserves a mention. Let's go back to last year. Becky versus Asuka was a really, really good match.
Yeah, that was.
I don't think.
They both small.
I don't think it's gonna make the list, but I thought that was a really good match too.
That was a good match. That was a really good match. I don't know how you guys. I liked Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens match too. I liked that. I thought that was a good match.
Oh, is that with the Tower of Chairs, Malik?
Yeah.
I remember that now.
Yeah. That's where one of those matches where Cena and Styles was so good it overshadowed it. But that match was really good too. I think in my review of the show, I gave Cena Styles an A. And I gave that match like a B+ or A-. Like both matches were really good. A lot of people always say, oh, you put Jericho in a shark case, then you made a no disqualification match. That defeats the purpose. I think making a no disqualification match made that match a billion times better.
It was a good match.
So I think that match was pretty good, but it wasn't even the best match that night. Another one more undercard match I'm gonna say. It's 2 more undercard matches I got. 2 more. I don't even really like this match, but due to its historical impact, I think it has you can bring it up. The Rock versus Mankind I Quit match. Still to me
I forgot about that. Oh shit, dude. That gotta be.
I'm sorry, but you call me Screaming, you could call me a punk. I can't sit down and watch that match. I really can't. No,
I forgot about that.
Mick Foley went through in his life. I can't sit down and watch that match. Like I can watch the Hell in a Cell match with The Undertaker, but I cannot watch that I Quit match because of the 13 unprotected chair shots. Like,
see, I don't know, man. That was a good match. So obviously it was hard to watch those chair shots, but I actually forgot about that, man. I don't know how I forgot about that match. I think we got to discuss that one. To me,
it's not on my list. I guess it's hard for me to watch.
I think that one. What do you think, Conrad?
I'm with Kyron a little bit on this. So I love the match when it happened. I watched that live while it was happening at my buddy's house. He had ordered the show, and dude, watching those chair shots over and over again, and just I don't know, man. I like how they did it. I hate the finish though. The whole you knew that was Mankind, like that was the tape clearly. You couldn't answer the count. Great things. I wouldn't be surprised if it's on people's top 10 though. I mean, I would put that in the discussion.
See, like I said, you think about the head trial Mick Foley has now, and it's funny because people always say the Hell in a Cell match The Undertaker took the most off Mick. And you could argue because he really could have died in that match. I still think, that I Quit match lingers with Mick more nowadays because of the head trauma. And just seeing how his head his head was completely split open. That's hard for me to sit through.
I think it goes back to that Hell in a Cell match. Like Foley had to keep topping himself, and it was like, at what point do you say that enough's enough, dude? Like he fell off the cell. Then look at each Royal Rumble after that. He goes to the 99 one. He gets all smashed up and jacked up in that one. Then he goes on to face Triple H the next year. He's getting pedigreed on thumbtacks. Like, all right, he would have had to light himself on fire at that point.
And what happened at WrestleMania 22? He went through a fire table.
Damn.
So
I understand people someone would put on the list, but I thought that's a damn good match. Actually, I actually forgot all about that match. I'm not gonna lie to you. That one slipped my mind. There was another one I had in my head. Let me go through the year, see if there's anything else.
You know, a sad one that I think could have been much better. I don't think it's going to be on the list, but that Jeff Hardy Edge one, that match could have turned out so much better if they went with the original plan versus Matt Hardy turning on him. It was supposed to be Christian came out and helped Edge get the win, and then it was going to be Edge and Christian versus the Hardys at WrestleMania 25. Think of how much different that would have been.
Okay, here's a question, and this is just one. Wait, if that happened, then where do you pick the World Heavyweight Championship?
Yeah,
like people forget Edge.
Cena would have been in it regardless. I just don't know who against.
Yeah, do you really want to see Cena versus Big Show 5 years later at WrestleMania 1-on-1?
But remember, though, they still did the switch though before Mania.
They could have did something like, I don't know, maybe like Cena and Jericho again or something. I don't know. Something different.
Jericho had a few, I mean, to be honest, I did feel like Jericho was kind of wasted at WrestleMania.
You could have flipped it, but we wouldn't have got the great Ricky the Dragon Steamboat moment then too, though.
Exactly.
Yeah. And he would have never got the moment when Cena picked up Edge and Big Show at the same time. That was crazy.
Yeah. And another thing I wanted to bring up too was back in the day, too, you know what's crazy about looking at some of these matches like Brock Lesnar, Hardcore Holly? The Royal Rumble has always been used to let's see if you can be put in a main event position. And I think that there was one that really impressed me that we didn't talk about yet. That's kind of coming to fruition again at this Royal Rumble. Daniel Bryan, Bray Wyatt. That is a hell of a Royal Rumble match. I don't think enough people talk about. I thought it was really good.
Another match that single-handedly saved the show. Because let's be honest, the 2004 Royal Rumble show, 2014 and 2015, both garbage besides one match. That match was great, but once again, we got so many. I don't know if we're gonna have that one.
I liked the match with Rock and Punk too. I just didn't like the finish. I didn't like Rock. But I thought it was a cool match though to end the show.
We know how Conrad feels about that. But another match, once again, it's not going to be here, but I still think it deserves a mention. Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens in that last man standing match in 2016 was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good one. They had great chemistry, those two.
That was a good match. I think we did some mentions, but I think Cena versus AJ Styles should be on the list. That was
Cena versus
AJ Styles. That was an incredible match from start to finish. And both guys never left the ring either, bro. They didn't even go outside of the ring.
They didn't need to.
Yeah, they both stayed in the ring. I thought it was a good match. I
think that was a match that people kind of always wanted to see. As far as that goes.
See, the only thing it's toss up between the SummerSlam match and the Royal Rumble match for me, dude. Because I like both of them really good.
I lean more toward the. See, it's tough. I think the SummerSlam match helped me because of the people. I had a lot of people in my house for that, and we were going crazy during that match. Like that match, but at the same time, the Royal Rumble match. That match, I was just watching it with Kyrie. We both loved that one too. It's hard because both matches, like if you say you like the SummerSlam match more, I see where you're coming from. You say like the Royal Rumble match more, I see where you're coming from. I think I lean a little bit toward the Royal Rumble match, but just barely. But at the end of the day, I still think that Royal Rumble match should be on this list.
AJ won the SummerSlam one, right?
Yeah, AJ won the SummerSlam.
Yeah, that was the better one for sure. For sure. I'm kidding. I knew y'all were gonna say that. I'm messing around.
I think I like the SummerSlam match more myself. But
honestly, I think the SummerSlam one, it wasn't as played out yet, is the reason why I like that one a little bit more. When they fought again at the Rumble, I'm like, yo, this better be it. But I'm cool with that. Cool. We can roll with that.
See, here's the thing about the match at Royal Rumble. Like, when you have such a great match, now mind you, even that Money in the Bank match was still good. It's just the finish kind of like it took away from it. So when they fought each other at SummerSlam, it was such an incredible match to the point where there was nothing I felt like the Royal Rumble match like could have topped it. And it felt similar, so it's like I said, I don't know which one I like more. I love both. I love both of them. So
I mean, I think
like,
it should be on the list though. I think it has to be on the list. I think it should be in the top 5.
it was my favorite match of 2017, so I think it should be on the list.
I think it should be on.
So we have 3 matches. We have 3 matches so far. We have Angle, Benoit, Cactus Jack, Triple H, Cena, and Styles. We need 2 more.
I think, me personally, let me see. I think the last 2 should be. I had it in my head too. Hold on. I forgot about one of them. One of them, I forgot about the other one I had in my head, but I had them both in my head too. I don't know why I just forgot it.
You did.
Oh, I think the last 2 for me should be Cena and Umaga and the triple threat match at with Rollins, Lesnar, and Cena. Those are those are really good matches.
It's funny because my 3 favorite Royal Rumble undercard matches are in the list. So I'm more like, okay, what else is there? Because my top 3 we already made it. So I'm not really fighting hard anymore. I'm not really gonna fight that hard anymore. I definitely do think the triple threat.
Oh wait, can I bring up one more that I just thought about? Bret Hart and Diesel.
Yeah, that was a good match.
That's a great match that a lot of people don't remember because the year was so bad, and the finish is dog shit. By the way,
that's why I was about to say. I had like 3 different times that ended with interference.
Yeah, because they had Owen. Basically, it was sabotaged by heels because they were both baby faces. So Anvil and Owen came out and ruined it. Shawn Michaels came out and ruined it. They were trying to set up for Mania matches. And then I think then they all came out and just jumped them, and it was stupid ending.
And I think Bret and Diesel topped themselves at Survivor Series later that year anyway.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Like that's a tough one because I feel like damn, that match was good, but like, you know, when you got that much interference, it's hard to talk about it. But and they topped it anyway.
All right, can I give my last 2 then?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the John Cena Umaga Last Man Standing match, and I'm gonna I think we go back to that Intercontinental Ladder match too.
See, I'm more.
So does everybody have John Cena Umaga? Everybody cool with that?
I'm more of a triple threat guy, but I guess I'll go with Cena and Umaga here.
I think that has to be on there. The triple threat was really good, though. Hold on, let me back up from that ladder match.
Yeah, I think the triple threat. See, here's the thing about triple threat.
You know what? Take it back. Triple threats over the ladder match. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Let me put that over it. The ladder. I think the ladder match could be on potentially, but I'm going to take that triple threat over because that triple threat was freaking amazing, and like Kyron says, saved the show.
It saved. I mean, personally, yeah. I mean, let's be honest. We all know 2015 Royal Rumble. Here's the thing, and that's funny. I reviewed that show twice. I reviewed it when it first aired, after it ended. And I reviewed it 3 years later, right, for the 2018 Rumble because it was in the same building. I thought it'd be cool to go back and rewatch it. And I said in my review, there are some hidden gems. Like, I think the Usos and the Miz down match is pretty good. But outside of that, the triple threat match was the show saver and show stealer. And I think it was the best main roster match of 2015 in general. So, I think it's definitely on the list.
I would have it on the list. I'm cool with the triple threat being on the list too. So we got Kurt Angle, Benoit, Triple H, Foley, Cena, Styles, Cena, Umaga, and the triple threat match.
Ironically, those are probably I agree 100% because those are probably my top 5 favorite Royal Rumble matches. And not in that particular order, but we don't do order. But those are my 5 favorite Royal Rumble undercard matches of all time.
I don't have a problem with that. So the final list is we got the 92 Rumble, the 04 Rumble, the 08 Rumble, 01, and the 2018 Rumble. And then Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit, 03, Triple H, Mick Foley, 2000, John Cena, AJ Styles, 17, John Cena, Umaga, 07, and John Cena, Seth Rollins, and Lesnar, 15.
Damn, we had a lot of John Cena in that, didn't we?
He's yeah.
I guess he is a great, he can't be mad. He put on some damn good Royal Rumble matches. I'll give him that.
Yeah, Royal Rumble, everyone always had that pick. I mean, I was gonna say that, but no, I'd say SummerSlam. I'm gonna say I think Royal Rumble might be his, pay-per-view way he has his best match, but I'd probably go with SummerSlam.
Is he Mr. Royal Rumble, you think?
I think no, he probably
Honestly, he could be because he had one of the best Royal Rumble matches ever, 08, and he had the 3 of the top undercard matches too. So
yeah, I mean, I would say he's behind Bret Hart. I say he's Mr. SummerSlam behind Bret Hart though.
He could be in both. Honestly, I could see him being for Mr. Royal Rumble and Mr. SummerSlam. Well, I would say Bret Hart's Mr. SummerSlam for sure. Bret Hart had the best.
Yeah, Bret Hart's Mr. SummerSlam, Shawn's Mr. WrestleMania, Orton's Mr. Survivor Series, and they will give Cena Mr. Royal Rumble.
And Mr. WrestleMania is Shawn Michaels. You know,
I got a Shawn Michaels fan sitting right here. He just nodded his head at that, Malik.
You know, it should be The Undertaker, but.
Steve, once again, do you take the streak or you take Shawn's legendary match?
El Gigante?
You got to go Shawn Michaels because he gave Undertaker his best WrestleMania match. So.
King Kong Bundy? Yeah, no, don't get me started.
But those are the people that he booked him with. That ain't his fault. I mean, what are he supposed to do? How's he supposed to work with Johnny Gonzalez? You know what I'm saying? Nobody can.
You know what's funny? I heard a story. I heard a story, right, Malik? I think Bruce Pritchard had an interview where Taker held that against him for a long time. Like, you put me against Johnny Gonzalez, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, come on, man.
They always put him against a bunch of big dudes in the beginning of his career. Like, bro, why are you putting him with King Kong Bundy? Man?
That's because that's what sold back then, though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you could have put Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels couldn't have worked magic with Giant Gonzalez. I mean, do you know how hard that is? Don't get me started on Great Khali. I've only seen one person ever bring Great Khali to a good match, and that was Cena at One Night Stand.
I think Cena and Shawn were his best too. Shawn, when he fought him that one time, they tried.
You can try your damn, but it ain't gonna work. Say like I said, people always want Cena to carry people, but Cena carry Khali to a match you can watch.
All right, before we end, how do you guys feel about Lesnar being in the Rumble this year? About them announcing it, you think it's a good swerve, or you kind of think it's like you think it's something different?
I think it's something different. Here's the thing. I think WWE's problem with this is there's not enough explanation behind why you're doing things. Look, I'm a big fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling. The G1 Climax has the world champion in it, but do you know what the rule is? If the champion wins, he gets to pick who he defends the belt against. That could have been the stipulation for Brock, but they didn't do anything like that.
Well, maybe they haven't said anything yet. I mean, he's going to be on Raw Monday.
But you have to explain that initially. You can't just now, oh, by the way.
Yeah, they had said, mind you, I haven't watched anything main roster related so long, so I didn't even watch the segment. But I'm on social media, so I hear about it. Why? And I think I put this in our Instagram chat. I don't know if you saw it, Conrad. Malik, you might have saw it. I think you definitely saw it, Malik. I said, here's what I think they're going to do. Lesnar's going to enter the Rumble, number one, obviously, because they said it. Later on in the Rumble, maybe he's going to enter number two. Maybe he'll come later. Velasquez is going to come in. He's going to eliminate Lesnar. And then we're going to get Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez at WrestleMania for the title. But bank on that. I got a feeling that's what we're going to get. And like I said in the Instagram chat, I'll reiterate it. I don't give a damn about UFC. I don't give a damn about Velasquez. So, I'm not going to give a damn about this match.
See, I think it's going to be the other way. I've been hearing it's supposed to be Tyson Fury. And I think it's going to be
even worse.
I think Tyson Fury is going to come out and throw Lesnar out. And that's going to set up for WrestleMania. I mean, obviously, Lesnar's going to come in number one. He's going to dominate throughout the first little bit of the Rumble. So that first big name comes out. And when that first big name comes out, that's when things are going to switch. But I liked him doing it. I think they should make it for the title, though. I mean, I think it should be for the belt. I liked them putting it in because I liked how they did the explanation about, I think it had good explanation. Lesnar said, there's nobody for him to fight. He said he'll fight everybody. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. He can fight everybody. But they should make it for the belt. They say, you know what, Lesnar is going to put his belt up against, and anybody who wants Lesnar, come get him at the Royal Rumble, and he's going to be number one. So
I think it's a nice caveat too that Brock doesn't get to work with everybody. You know how some people are like, man, he only wrestles a couple times a year. I really wish that so and so would get the chance to work with him.
Like, bro, the one thing they gotta have, bro, they gotta give me Matt Riddle and Brock Lesnar at the Rumble. You gotta give me that at the Royal Rumble, bro.
I think that would be a great Maven moment for him too. Could you imagine, even when Brock's getting eliminated at number 30, Brock's already walking back pissed, and all of a sudden you just hear, bro, and he's just doing the fist bumps, and then Brock comes out and he just F5s the shit out of him like, oh,
I think when Lesnar is dominating, you gotta have Matt Riddle come out, have the little stare down, and have the little conversation back and forth. Because it doesn't have to be long. I mean, he doesn't have to be in there forever. But it has to be for the belt, and the person who eliminates Lesnar, that should be his WrestleMania opponent. Because he lost the belt, so that's where they should go with it.
You gotta give some rub from someone's got to be elevated from this. It can't be Roman Reigns. It can't be Braun Strowman.
I've heard rumors about. I've heard Drew McIntyre is in the discussion too. So I mean, that's the only one I'd be cool with at this point.
Can I just say this too? On Monday, I watched Raw. Why the hell did Drew McIntyre turn babyface randomly? And it was against No Way Jose, who was a babyface.
Yeah.
He turned babyface?
Kind of.
They said he's been a babyface, but they want to turn him babyface. They want him to do a babyface run.
You can tell I ain't watched nothing. I ain't heard nothing.
But if he's gonna go against Lesnar though, he can't. He got to be that old nasty Drew McIntyre. You know what I mean? Like he got to be believable, where you feel like, he's gonna be Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I don't want him to be like Mr. Kiss at like the whole. Yeah, you want to see another Claymore kick, and he was dancing around. No, I don't want none of that shit. I want Drew McIntyre Future Shock DDT his ass.
Yeah,
I don't know. This could be a big moment for Drew though. If Drew wins, I'd be very happy. Let me ask this, boys, real quick. NXT. Does NXT need the rub from this weekend? Ratings are down. Ratings are down. They're slumped. And remember at Survivor Series, that gave NXT a big boost when they had main roster people involved with them. Does NXT, maybe an NXT guy win this? People were calling for Keith Lee.
Oh, I would love to see Keith Lee.
I can see Keith Lee being in the Rumble. I don't think you have the NXT guy win the Royal Rumble. Except for maybe Baszler for the women's, because I've heard she could face Becky Lynch.
Right now, Baszler is probably my pick to win the Rumble. But you know what? If Keith Lee doesn't win, I'm cool with that. Here's what I'm gonna do: I'm putting Keith Lee in, and I'm giving him a good showing. I'm gonna have him go toe to toe with Lesnar. Now I even have him bulldoze Lesnar. He ain't got to eliminate him, but give Keith Lee that good show. He doesn't have to win it, just like you saw at Survivor Series. He didn't win the match, but he didn't need to. Literally, everyone was chanting his name over Rollins and Reigns. I mean, granted, that's not hard to do, but still.
Roman looks like a star, in my opinion.
Say what you want, Roman, but yeah, like you said, even though I didn't watch it, he made Keith Lee like a star that night.
For the men's, Roman Reigns is still my pick to win the men's Royal Rumble this year.
Obviously, Roman Reigns is my pick.
So he's still my pick to win. I like them adding Lesnar to it, but see, if they made it for the title, that makes it more interesting because Roman Reigns can't win if it's for the belt. So then you're like, well, if it's for the belt, then what's gonna happen?
What if all right, I just thought something terrible, but I know it's not gonna happen, but what if it did? What if Strowman eliminated Lesnar? Would get Strowman and Lesnar at WrestleMania?
Wow. I don't want that either. I don't want that.
Yeah, I mean,
I had to fade to black on that. I had to fade to black. I don't ever want to see that, dude.
Wait, so if they made it for the belt, then who wins? Because Roman Reigns is on SmackDown. Obviously, I don't see them losing him on SmackDown. The only other person I can think of maybe again is Seth Rollins again because he's going to WWE.
Let me ask this: would you guys ever be mad if like a Santino won? Remember that year where Santino was like the last one in with was it Del Rio? I think that year. Would you be mad if somebody who was an underdog like that won the Rumble? Like, would you be pissed?
Or if it's a joke like Santino Marella, yes.
It proved that anybody could win because
they could, but you got to think about the WrestleMania, like Santino versus who was the champion at the time in 2011. It was The Miz and come on, Santino and The Miz at WrestleMania, no, bro.
It could have been for the world title against
Santino and Edge.
Santino versus Edge. Don't nobody want to see that.
Though supposedly they said that Edge is going to be in the Rumble too. They said he's supposed to be one of the surprise entrances.
That's what dude. This Rumble's going to be crazy, bro. I don't know what we're going to get out of it. I don't think Edge shows up though.
If Edge is going to be surprised, I'm cool with it. I just don't want to see him being there too long. You know what I mean? Surprise, but spare a couple people. Spare a couple people.
Yeah. If it's okay. I mean, if he's not cleared, I don't want him not even thinking about getting something physical because I'm not trying to see the man get paralyzed. Like I said, remember he did that the SmackDown before he retired. He did that spear, and he grabbed his upper shoulder so fast something popped. No, I can't. That's too scary of a risk.
Yeah, I can see Edge. Maybe they talk about Edge. Edge being a surprise, which would be cool. I'm saying Edge would be really cool to see come back.
Okay, here's a question. All right, now this isn't just for the men, this is for both because they're both gonna happen. What are we gonna get with Rusev, Lashley, Liv, and Lana in the Royal Rumble matches? Because something's going down. Yeah, Conrad, I know, but we gotta talk about it because it's gonna happen.
I don't hate the wedding stuff because I think it got Rusev over more, but I'm just so done with this storyline.
Here's the thing, though, he was he was more over doing Rusev Day than this, and they didn't pull the trigger then. I mean, I didn't think he was gonna beat Styles for the title. I said this. You can say it's just my hormones coming. I don't care. I would have been kind on that segment if Blondie and Liv ended up kissing each other. I'm out. You can say it's my hormones talking or whatever, but if that had happened, I'd have elevated a little bit more. But the sad thing is I remember. Mind you, the segment actually went overboard by like 10, 15 minutes. I'm looking at my watch like, come on, why isn't it ending? And I remember Liv came out. I'm like, what in the world? I'm thinking, okay, she walks to Lana. She gonna kiss Lana? Now that'd be interesting. No. Then after that, I was done with it. And Liv deserved better than that. She deserved better than
Mandy. That. I like Mandy and Otis storyline. That one's better to me than that.
I've actually seen some clips. This stuff.
It's some funny. They're doing some funny stuff. I like the comedy behind that. It's some funny stuff.
Otis is pretty funny. I give it to him. Like I will never forget the first time I heard his name. I started dying laughing. I didn't think he did. I was just laughing at his name because it was Otis Dosovich. I just died laughing at that for like 10 minutes, just laughing at his name.
Yo, it's better than they were gonna call him Dozer. I'm better than that.
Like, I remember dying laughing. I'm like, I can't take a name like Otis Dosovich seriously. But obviously, you're not supposed to take him 100% seriously. But like, I just died laughing at Otis Dosovich for like 20 minutes. I could not stop laughing at that.
So, how do you guys? How do you feel about this year's Rumbles? What do you think? Predictions right now. What do you think is gonna happen? Like the way you're seeing it.
Reigns wins the men's Rumble. Baszler wins the women's Rumble.
I agree with Kyron. I think that it's time. I brought up that Breakfast Club thing before, and it's time for someone to get their bagel.
I mean, but here's the thing: Roman can't count as part of the Breakfast Club. You know the rules for the Breakfast Club don't all apply to Roman. Remember, the rules are you have to have a daughter, you have to be white, you have to bury someone when it doesn't, when it only, and put someone over when it benefits you. So I can't say Roman's not part of the Breakfast Club. He's not white, so he can't be a part of the Breakfast Club.
It's 2019, man, or 2020, I should say now. I don't know. I think Roman's gonna get this one though. If you're gonna do it, is now the time to give Roman his second one, or is Roman over? Like, is this thing over? He's been fighting Baron Corbin with dog food. Like, this is mid-card shit.
See, this is why I don't. And people ask me, "Oh, Kyron, why aren't you tweeting?" Because if I start tweeting again, if I start watching the main roster stuff, and I start tweeting, I'm gonna come off that same negative guy I was at the end of 2018 when everyone was saying all I was doing was just bitching and complaining for no reason. I don't want that on myself. I don't want to put myself through the toner of sitting through Raw and SmackDown. So that's why I've been gone. That's why I'm not tweeting.
Yeah, Roman's in a weird spot, but I feel like they're doing that because as soon as they put him in the main roster, people are gonna start hating him again. You know what I mean? So they start pushing him in the big.
The beauty of the Rumble is you could tell a story. There's the obvious story of Roman Reigns, which you could get to another way as well, or you could also go, well, who on Raw needs this win? And there's a bunch of guys who need it, and I think Drew's the guy if it's Monday Night Raw. If you want to win it from there,
I like Drew. I don't have a problem with Drew winning at all.
Me neither.
Drew would be my best bet, but I still want to say Roman, and unless Ronda comes back at the Rumble, I don't see anybody else winning but Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, Ronda would be my pick. If she shows up, I got Ronda winning.
Yeah, if Ronda comes back as a surprise, then she would be my definitely pick to win then, because that would set up her and Becky at WrestleMania. But if it's not Ronda, then I don't see anybody else but Shayna Baszler at this point.
Right.
So I don't know who else they would do besides Shayna, because nobody would be happy with Charlotte one. Sasha,
no one but Steve would be happy with Charlotte winning.
So I think I hope they do something though. At least if those people are gonna win, I hope they do something where people were okay with it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, they won. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I hope it's not like Roman Reigns won again.
Personally, I would love for Sasha to win the Rumble. I would love that. I mean, let's be honest. You fucked her over enough times. Let the woman have something. Hell, she's the only member of the Horsewomen that's not gotten a WrestleMania moment yet. Let her win the Rumble and let her go in and challenge Bayley at WrestleMania for the title. I'd be fine with that.
I'd be cool with that too if they did Sasha. I don't think they're going that direction though. I think they're going the completely opposite direction. I think they're more looking at who's going to face Becky, and I think that's what the direction they're going in. So that's why I would have. That's why I would have. If Ronda comes back, I'm going with Ronda. If not, then Shayna's going to be my pick to win. But I hope to see some surprises too. I hope they pop up some surprises and some surprises, some feel good moments that they always do in the Rumble, like did in 2018. I hope that's what we kind of see this year. So we'll let you guys sign out. Conrad, you can go first, and then Kyron, you go after, and then we'll go ahead and sign out.
Yeah, guys, Conrad Cushman from Everything Pro Wrestling. You can give me a follow on Twitter at EPW Show. And you guys can give me a subscribe on my YouTube channel. I will be reviewing Impact Wrestling Hard to Kill in a couple of hours, so make sure you guys tune in for that. Just type in Everything Pro Wrestling, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for having me on, Malik.
Follow me on Twitter, /Kyron, Instagram, /_Kyron. Tumblr, my Tumblr, DeviantArt, Kyron Chase, YouTube account, Kyron Chase. The videos on Wrestling, Sonic the Hedgehog, and My Little Pony Friends Magic. And once again, thanks for having me, Malik.
Always. And I will keep you guys updated. Next, I'm still doing the live stream for the Royal Rumble, so that's probably the next time we'll be doing a live thing like this. Will be for the Royal Rumble event, for the Royal Rumble matches. So hopefully things change, but I'm pretty sure things will change up by then. But we'll see how they build up towards WrestleMania. Towards the Rumble. Hopefully it's not bad.
Yeah, hopefully it shows up and delivers.
Yep. All right, we're out.
Peace out.